Students enroll in Polytechnic Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah, Kuantan, Pahang, or known as POLISAS, comes from different social and economic family background. Some of them strive their way from remote village of Pahang, Kelantan and Terengganu. Very few of them come from towns and cities. Very little of them have educated parents, and just a tiny portion of the enrolled students have their parents leading their life as architects. Although they are from different village, town and states, here they unite for one purpose and one goal: to study architecture, to be architect, and to build a better future. Saiful Anwar bin Muhammad Zamri is one of the many students enrolled in POLISAS to study architecture to achieve his dream to be architect. From remote village in Temerloh district Pahang, Saiful Anwar take the challenge. However, do all of us comprehend what is architecture? It is defined as the art or science of designing and creating buildings.
And that's what architecture is all about. It's about creating buildings and spaces that inspire us, that help us do our jobs.
The message "What is architecture" has been well spelled by President Barack Obama at Pritzker ceremony speech in 2011. It is about creating buildings and spaces that inspire us, that help us do our jobs, that bring us together, and that become, at their very best, works of art that we can move through and live in. According to Zaha Hadid, one of the famous architects, architecture is really about well-being. People want to feel good in space. On the other hand, it is about shelter, but it is also about pleasure. The challenge is how to narrate architecture to the fresh minds, how to develop these students from nothing to something, how to develop creative minds and nurture the students to be architects. Architecture studies in POLISAS groom the possibilities. The possibilities become reality under TVET. What is TVET? TVET, Technical and Vocational Education and Training, is comprising of education, training and skill development. We are now living in a new world with new tools and different students to meet the fast changing and rolling of new technologies. A new approach in teaching and learning strategies are applied in TVET institution. In Polytechnic Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah, teaching and learning is no more chalk and talk method. Teacher-centered learning is now replaced with student-centered learning. As Paul Hammer said, the best way to learn is to do. The worst way to teach is to talk. In architecture education, the design studio has long been regarded as the center of teaching and learning, and so it goes in Polytechnic Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah. However, studio teaching is not sufficient to cover all the domains of knowledge in architecture education. Therefore, architectural program in polytechnics integrated courses that deliver information and knowledge such as building services, building construction, structures, history, and graphic in design project. Clay P. Bedford quoted that, "You can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn by creating curiosity, he will continue the learning process as long as he lives." To broaden their curiosity and creativity, architecture students at POLISAS are challenged to participate in design competition at institutional, national, and international level. Saiful Anwar is one of the POLISAS architecture students who has successfully drawn the challenge. Through bench design competition, organized by MMC Gamuda for KVMRT, Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit underground station platforms. Saiful Anwar has been announced as the grand prize winner. Not only he smiles with RM 7,000 cash prize, the bench designed by Saiful Anwar will be proudly built and put in place at the Museum Negara MRT station. Way back in 1969, Edgar Dale summarized a theory of pyramid learning strategy. The theory explained about average retention rates, whereby lecture contributed 5% of learning outcome, 10% learning outcome was from reading, 20% audiovisual, 30% demonstration, 50% via group discussion, and 75% from practice. However, 90% of the knowledge gained through teaching others. KVMRT Bench Design Competition has been assigned as the first project of the final semester students. Saiful Anwar and his colleague play important and independent role in design process. Lecturers facilitate the process. Download the brief from KVMRT website. Research on several topics and case studies. Design is a solution to a problem where the problem is defined by user and use. The study on anthropometric and ergonomic give the students ideas about users, forms and functions. In architectural project, site analysis is a preliminary phase of architectural design process dedicated to the study of the climatic, geographical, historical, infrastructural and context. Brainstorming of ideas. Presentation of design concept. Group crit session. Oral and graphic presentation. All this design process cover the needs stated in outcome-based education. Students are the center of learning process. Lecturers facilitate the process. The best facilitators do not give students the answers. They just lead the way and let these students explore their possibilities. Galileo Galilei once told the world, "You cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find it within himself." TVET education in architecture program complements and complete the process developing creative minds to be good architects. TVET's experience, from nothing to something.